Das habe ich ja schon im Laufe des Let's Plays einmal angefangen. Ich kann euch jetzt aber nicht sagen, in welchem Let's Play, in welchem Part das war. Und zwar, wenn wir in diesen Brunnen gehen, glaube ich, ist so ein Portal. Und da haben wir dann auch nochmal, ich glaube irgendwie, ich habe den Namen vergessen. Aber im Grunde ist es auch eigentlich relativ egal. Auf jeden Fall haben wir da noch so eine Side-Story und spielen in einer anderen Welt. Was ziemlich cool ist. Also in einer Welt, wo eigentlich Dings gestorben ist. Coole Statue. So, zur Dämonenwelt. Wie gesagt, die Welt kennen wir ja. Also den langen Dialog-Time haben wir ja schon. Durch irgendwie, was ist mit meinem Stuhl schon wieder los?
Faced one way.
Sekunde. Wenn ihr die Dialoge haben wollt. Ich hasse diesen Stuhl irgendwie einfach. Weil der irgendwie so runtergegangen ist. Das konnte ich nicht, kann ich nicht ab. So. Also, es gibt einmal Nell und Neil. Das sind die Kinder von Sombron. Und hier gibt es eine weibliche Alea. Und die ist gestorben. Ja. Und das war's dann eigentlich. Und wir sind jetzt hier und kämpfen unter anderem gegen andere Gegner. Das sieht mir wie Tiki da aus. Gut. Achso, wir dürfen entscheiden, wen wir mitnehmen. Würde ich aber Ivy nehmen. Let's go.
The enemy has most likely come for the bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. We must stop them here, before they can reach its location.
Ich meine, es müsste Claude sein eigentlich.
What do you need?
I will fight for you.
Here goes. All right.
Devoted to you.
Cute, right? But watch out. Those fangs will really leave a mark.
You can lift the Fang's curse with my restore staff. Give it to someone who can use it.
Okay. Schön.
will be fine.
Ja, ja. Ganz bestimmt bist du fein.
Speak, Divine One.
Okay. Wenn ich das für Erfahrung sammeln kann hier auch noch. Ja, wir müssen den leider so ein bisschen anlocken.
It won't be easy beating that one. Not with my emblem's power protecting it.
Oha. Okay, meine Angriffe ziehen nur die Hälfte. Das ist natürlich geil. Schön. Hallo, ich habe unten gedrückt. Mann, immer diese Zeitverzögerung, ey.
Hand over the bracelet. Are you the Divine Dragon?
Yes, and I'll be taking back that bracelet now.
You won. This time.
Okay, super.
They got away. I was hoping we would finally learn their identity.
At least we got back the bracelet they were carrying. That's...
The bracelet of the ancestor. It seems different since we last laid eyes on it.
Maybe this emblem can tell us about their time in enemy hands. I'll summon them again so we can talk. Huh? That's strange.
What?
The invocation isn't coming to me. Perhaps it's because I'm in a new world? But that's no good. Summoning emblems is what a divine dragon does.
divine dragon? I'm Tiki. Are you a divine dragon like me?
Well,
Impossible! Emblems in this state shouldn't be able to speak.
hello, Emblem Tiki. I might be able to summon you again, but your invocation isn't coming to me. Do you know it?
I don't know anything about an invocation. My head feels fuzzy. It hurts. Please, don't make me fight anymore. I don't like hurting people.
You need not act against your will. Allow me to return you to peaceful slumber.
You can do that?
I can indeed. But I am unfamiliar with this summoning power of which you speak. The divine dragon of this world was able to cleanse fallen emblems. It would seem that you cannot do the same. So I will send Emblem Tiki to rest. In slumber, she will be safe from those who would exploit her power. No longer will she be compelled to fight.
You might say we are containing her power in the bracelet. Sadly, since we lack the ability to awaken emblems, she cannot aid us any further.
It sounds like our only option right now. Please, go ahead. Whatever benefits there might be to keeping her awake, I won't force her to fight. Tiki, I hope we'll meet again someday.
I'd like that. When we do, let's play together lots, okay?
Absolutely.
Farewell, Emblem Tiki. Sweet dreams.
Night-night.
Now, so long as we keep her away from the enemy, she will be able to rest.
Thank you, Nell.
We place our emblems into slumber as a matter of course, to prevent their exploitation. Emblem Tiki was thus asleep when she was taken, but she returned to us awake. Our foe must therefore possess the power to awaken emblems.
Only divine and fell dragons can control them in that way. There are no divine dragons left in this world, so that means our enemy is a fell dragon. One of our siblings, in other words.
If it's a sibling of yours, then do you have any idea who it could be?
We have many brothers and sisters, but we're not acquainted with all of them. Many died in the most recent war. There is no telling which of them survived.
The power to control emblems is rare. If we knew the culprit, we would surely recall. Perhaps this child was born after we left Sombron, or developed this power late.
Dragon powers are unpredictable. I cannot transform myself or control emblems at all. Sombron deemed me a failure. If I had stayed with him, I would probably be dead by now.
How awful.
I managed to survive only because Nell took me with her when she left. It angers me to think that our siblings could be behind this. To be given that kind of power, only to use it for evil. What a waste.
Nell.
Sorry. It's not my intention to poison the mood.
So, Divine One, our objective is to put an end to the ambitions of Sombron's mysterious heir. Since we are fighting to return the emblems to slumber, they will not be able to help us. Knowing this, it is your choice whether or not to join our cause. What say you?
Yes, I'll help.
Splendid! It is such a comfort to have you on our side. Isn't it, Nell?
After what I saw in that battle, I must agree. But I will remain unsettled by the necessity of fighting alongside this dead dragon.
Oh, I unsettle you, do I?
Please, there is no need to quarrel. Why don't the two of you shake hands and agree to be friends from now on?
I decline.
Then I guess I'll pass too.
You could at least try to get along.
Before we depart the castle, Nil, we should say our farewells.
Oh, agreed.
I didn't know anyone else was in the castle. Is it a person I know?
You are welcome to come find out. But what you see may upset you.
It looks to be a monument of some kind.
This is the resting place of the divine dragon. Your grave. I did warn you.
We will be just a moment, Divine One. You can go back if you like.
Actually, do you mind if I say something? I'd like to speak to my other self, who lived here with you.
I think that would be a lovely gesture.
Visiting my own gravestone. Not something I ever thought I'd do. I can see why Nell is unsettled by this situation. I promise to fulfill your role and protect those important to you as best I can. And with that, my reflection, goodbye.
Why can't I turn into a dragon like you and Father?
There. You may someday.
I'm a failure. I'm weak.
No, Nell. You are strong. Surely you will be able to transform eventually.
When?
Not even Father can say for sure. But until then, hold on to this.
Your Dragonstone? But you won't be able to transform without it.
I can if you carry it for me. And I know you will always be by my side. We are two halves of a whole, Nell. This power is ours to share.
Our power.
Ach krass, es gibt ja auch eine Weltkarte. Das ist ja cool. Verfügt über eine ganz eigene Weltkarte, die du im Verlauf der Handlung erkundest. Mithilfe der Weltkartenmenüs kannst du zum Somnien oder zur Weltkarte der Hauptstory zurückkehren. In Gebieten, die du bereits abgeschlossen hast, erscheinen außerdem von Zeit zu Zeit Gefechte, die du bestreiten kannst. Ja. Aber es sieht so aus, als wenn es die gleiche Welt ist. Ja, interessant. Machen wir weiter direkt. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie lange das geht überhaupt.
On a battlefield far from all you know, how will you prove your bravery? In the savage garden of blood and steel, who will meet their end? Cast the 4 thrones to fire. Lay 7 flames in the cradle. But there is one who knows the truth. In this world, there is no future. My lonely heart does not beat here.
Here we are, Divine One. Welcome to the Kingdom of Firene. It may not be my place to say that as a visitor here myself, but I felt someone ought to.
It's strange. Just like Lethos Castle, this place feels familiar, but not.
If we are finished discussing the scenery, allow me to remind you of the task that lies before us. We are to go to Firene Castle and acquire the bracelet of the Brash General. And time is of the essence. We must collect all 7 bracelets before our enemy does.
I hope the royal family is willing to hand theirs over. But I do have my doubts. You know how ill-tempered the Firenes can be.
What? The people I know from Firene are good-natured and peaceful.
Is that so? In this world, they are vengeful and quick to violence. The royal family most of all. That made them useful allies in wartime, despite their disdain for fell dragons. But ever since the Divine Dragon's death, they have completely avoided visiting us in Lethos.
And who is the ruler here? Queen Ev?
No. She died at the start of the last war, and her throne remained empty until after the war ended, when King Alfred took her place. But as Nils said, He subsequently cut ties with us. We were forced to take precautions. So, we asked a trusted friend to be our eyes and ears in Firenze. She is due to meet us here shortly.
Lady Nell, Lord Nell, hello, hello.
Celestia, we were just talking about you.
I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. You must be so tired after that long trek.
A trifle compared to your intelligence work here, I am sure.
Oh, that was nothing, Lady Nell. But who's this you brought with you? Oh, how is it you remind me so much of the Divine Dragon?
Actually...
Glorious day! Divine One, you've been reborn! I knew you could never leave us. Not permanently, anyway. It's so obvious! How could I ever believe Sombron bested the Divine Dragon Monarch?
Celestia, as much as I hate to let you down, this is not who you think it is.
Sorry for the confusion. I'm actually the Divine Dragon of another world.
What?
We should have let you know sooner. This is not the old friend you and I knew. Rather, this is the savior whom Nell and I summoned with an ancient ritual.
This divine dragon arrived in the castle sanctuary after your departure to Firenze.
I see. Of course. What was I thinking? I was there when we buried the Divine Dragon. I held that lifeless hand in mine as we said our goodbyes.
I know this is difficult, Celestia.
Forgive me. I shouldn't have gotten so emotional. That loss was just as difficult for the two of you. Divine One, my name is Celestia. I am a mage dragon of some small renown. I always considered both you and Queen Lumera of this world to be my family. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
No, please. Let's skip past acquaintances and just be friends.
How funny! That's just what the Divine Dragon I knew would have said. Say, is there someone like me living in your world too?
Well...
Silly of me to ask. Of course she's there, and no doubt a great help in your fight against Sombron.
What news of Firenze Castle, Celestia? You were stationed there for some time.
Indeed, I was. Firenze is making plans to invade its northern neighbor.
Brodia.
The idea was Princess Celine's. It's technically still waiting for King Alfred's approval, but that hasn't stopped the young princess from mustering a force of elite knights. We can no longer stand by and simply watch how this unfolds.
Agreed. We must go to the castle and head off this war before it begins.
Another thing. Firenze's emblem has been altered somehow since the last time I saw it. We'll need to be careful.
Yes. Now, let us proceed to the castle and reclaim the bracelet of the brash general.
I only hope Alfred and Celine are willing to talk with us.
Still, Alfred? Still undecided about whether to invade?
Don't rush me, Celine. This is a big decision. I need time to think it over.
No, you need to take action.
It's not that easy. Brodia was our ally. If we pick a fight with them, there's no going back.
Since Mother and our retainers died in the last war, it falls to us to defend our people. Don't you know they are suffering? With the Divine Dragon gone, the world is falling to ruin. Our crops and flowers are losing their color. Soon the farms will go barren. The only possible remedy is to expand our territory and supplement our resources. Now!
I know. As a mining economy, Brodia can spare the resources we need. So an invasion could really help us out with wealth and minerals. It's a decent plan, but there's a big hole in it. The strength of Brodia's military.
Which is precisely why I assembled an order of knights to defeat them. Or is it their emblem you worry about? That silly princess is no match for the brash general.
Nothing's certain. No matter how good our odds look, we could still lose everyone. Or don't you remember? Our retainers so sure they'd come out on top, all falling like petals. That was the same day our strongest ally, the Divine Dragon, left us forever.
You have changed, Alfred. You used to be afraid of nothing and no one. When the Divine Dragon was lost, so too was your spine. I will handle it then.
Meaning what?
Meaning I will head to Brodia on my own, without your permission.
With no knights? Are you trying to get killed?
Facing either death by the sword, or a broken heart as our people die, I choose the former. Should I perish, perhaps a real hero will emerge and lead our people. I'm content with that. As for the Brodians, if they must suffer in order for our people to live, so be it. After all, one country's loss is another's gain.
I just can't get through to you, can I?
It's not your fault you were cursed with a stubborn fool for a sister. However, if you want her to have any hope of survival, you must make a choice. What will it be, Your Majesty?
You win. You're the only family I have left. If you're set on this, I'll at least give you a fighting chance. Consider the invasion approved.
Thank you, Alfred.
Let's go. I'll give your knights official notice to prepare for battle.
Wait. Please.
Who goes there?
King Alfred? Princess Aileen? It has been quite some time. Pardon the interruption, but we are here to discuss an urgent matter.
Well, if it isn't Nell, and Nil. You know, I could have you executed for barging in here uninvited.
True. Simply return the bracelet of the Brash General to us and we will leave you alone.
Oh, please. If we turned it over, the balance of power between nations would fall apart.
So you intend to continue to wield it as a weapon against your peers. It is precisely because they do the same that you now stand upon the brink of war. I do not think the Divine Dragon would find this behavior acceptable.
Oh, you presume to speak on behalf of the Divine Dragon? Curious, considering your father was the one who denied us Divine Counsel forever.
How dare you! We had nothing to do with that! How many times must we tell you that we are not Sombron?
Control yourself, Nil.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Rest assured that we are making the same journey to each of the other bracelet holders. We are reclaiming all of them. With that in mind, there is no need for you to keep Virenes any longer.
How do we know this isn't a trick to weaken us and strengthen our enemies? Show us proof you took the other country's bracelets, and then we'll talk.
Virenais is our first destination. We have not reclaimed the other bracelets yet.
Then there is nothing more to discuss. We march to Brodia. The bracelet's power is indispensable to our invasion efforts. We will not simply hand it over.
Still, you refuse to comply. In that case, you have left us with no choice.
If it's a battle you want, we will be only too happy to oblige.
Please, stop! I don't want to fight the two of you.
Divine One? No. No, of course not.
How come you feel like the Divine Dragon?
You told us our friend was dead, you wretches!
Were you lying to us?
No, I'm from another world.
What?
No. There's only one explanation. This must be one of the corrupted. The Fell Dragons used their vile magic to make this twisted puppet of our fallen friend.
That's not true. Listen to me.
We don't listen to imposters.
I can't believe you Fellspawn did something so sick just to steal our bracelet. No doubt the tears you shed over the Divine Dragon's death were a trick as well. I thought as former allies, we could resolve this peacefully. Your deceit changes things.
No.
Knights, get ready for battle. See to it that Sombron's children are finally put down. We'll bring their severed heads to Brodia as a symbol of our might.
Yes, there is the brother I know. The fearsome man they called the Prince of Strewn Flowers. Now, as you did in the war, cast our foes to the ground like so many mangled roses.
If your spirit is trapped in there, Divine One, I'll set you free.
Alfred, no.
It seems conflict is unavoidable.
I knew this would happen, but it's just as well. Their disrespect for Lady Nell and Lord Nil cannot go unanswered.
Prepare yourself, Divine One. These may be familiar faces, but they will show you no mercy.
Ja, ein bisschen weird die Story, aber okay. Aber die Dialoge sind echt sehr lang. Ist echt wie eine zweite Welt, ey. Na, auch viele Truppen. Aber endlich darf ich mal mehr Einheiten benutzen.